of the syndicated radio transmission, how bad they think the controlled economic implosion by the private central banks will be. Their take on the fact that 2008 was the year where hundreds of mainstream news publications, from the Financial Times of London to the Wall Street Journal, admitted that a secret world government has been built by the private banks, and that it is tyrannical, but that is for our own good, and that they have orchestrated the crisis and will now have take over the planet, control the issuance of currencies, and that we will buy carbon credit taxes from them.
If you are going to control any population for any length of time, you must have some measure of consent. It's exceedingly difficult to see how pure terrorism can function indefinitely. It can function for a fairly long time, but I think sooner or later you have to bring in an element of persuasion, an element of getting people to consent to what is happening to them. Well, it seems to me that the nature of the ultimate revolution with which we are now faced is precisely this, that we are in process of developing a whole series of techniques which will enable the controlling oligarchy, who have always existed and presumably always will exist, to get people actually to love their servitude. This is seems to me the ultimate in-malevolent revolution, shall we say.
In that building is congregating 100 of the most elite people on the planet, a bunch of scum. And they're so intimidated by accredited journalists just trying to cover what they're doing that they pull stunts in every country, getting people detained, arrested, or deported. This time it backfired on them because the press learned of it. Think about it. 5-6 years ago, the national press said the Bilderberg Group did not exist. Of course, it was founded by a top Dutch Nazi, the Crown Prince, in the early 1950s after World War II. And this is nothing more than the mafia meeting and colluding together to bring in their world government. We've gotten their minutes, we've gotten their documents. These people, for 27 years, Jim Tucker's been covering this. Jim every year gets documents, minutes of their meetings from employees inside these facilities that find out how evil they are. And what's in there? Discussions of world domination, world tax, getting rid of Canada and the U.S. and Mexico's sovereignty, the American Union. And now, because of brave people like you see here, it's now mainstream news in Canada. It's even on CNN that they're setting up world government. They're not going to get rid of Canada, the U.S., or Mexico. They're not going to merge us. We're going to stop it. Those men right there, those men are destroying your children's future. Those men are absolute criminals.